much like typography, patterns are all around you. And once you begin to recognize them, you see them everywhere. And, you know, they're even in nature, you know, the Fibonacci sequence. Let's get back to Illustrator. I'm going to hit Command 0 to see my entire artboard. And then I'm going to hit Command minus so I can see a little bit more. Now, we can make a pattern right here with the tile sitting there, but then you're always having to hide things in order to get back to your pattern. Now, it's much easier to make a second artboard. And to do that, you click on the Artboard tool and it highlights this artboard where I've told you before, you know, you can change the size, you can do all kinds of things. But why not come up here and I'm going to hold down Option and start dragging out a pattern. Then I'm going to hold Shift. Whoa, how come that goes? I bet it's mimicking the existing artboard with Shift. Hey, learn something new every day. I want this to be 400 by 400. I'm not going to get it there, so I'm just going to click OK. I mean, not click OK. I'm going to let go. And then I'm going to change. We get the reference point in the center. I drew from the center. I held down Option. That's how that happened. So I want to change the height and width to 400 and hit Tab, 400 and hit Tab. And then all we got to do is click to on another tool, and that creates a second artboard. Now, I'm going to take this, and we could just drag it up here, but it doesn't go on the second artboard. It's still on the first artboard. I'm going to hit Command Z. And we can't really tell that until we get our artboards out here. So Window, Artboards, right there. And this panel shows up, and we're just going to come down and drop this into layers. So we can see Artboard 1, and I messed up the last video, and that's why we got Artboard 3 instead of Artboard 2. So this, if I click on it, Illustrator's saying, hey, that's on Artboard 1. If I pull this up here and put it right on that artboard, and it's selected, Illustrator says, no, bonehead, it's still on Artboard 1. But the cool thing is, when you put it there, we can go ahead and cut it, Command X, and then click on the second artboard. And Illustrator and paste is crazy. Look at this. Paste in front, paste in back, paste in place, paste on all artboards, paste, and without formatting, there's all kinds of stuff. Paste in front. Command V puts things right in the center. Paste in front says, put it back exactly where, whoa, what's that? Command Z. If I select this artboard and hit Command F, it goes up there. That's interesting. So I didn't practice it that time. I'm going to hit Command X. We're on Artboard 3, I believe. There we go. Command X. And then Command V will put it right in the center. Yeah, because it's the same size as the artboard. So, learn something new every day. That's cool. Command 0. And is it Option Command 0? Option Command 0 shows all artboards, resizes things. Pretty handy. Now I want to turn this is going to be our pattern tile. We're going to go back to our layers, and we want this, I should show you. When you click on a different artboard, notice how it switches automatically, so we don't have to be looking at our artboard panel. But we do want to make sure we click in order to get on the second artboard. And we want the rectangle tool to make a pattern. You have to have a background. You have to have something to put the pattern into. So no stroke, any color, it doesn't matter because the color is going to disappear. Go up to intersect, drag down to the bottom corner where it says intersect, not just on the line. And then this is going to be where our pattern goes. So we select our pattern tile, and then it's as simple as going up to Object, Pattern, Make. Now this is going to throw us into a different workspace, and I'm not sure what the default settings here. It might be 3 by 3. I don't know. I usually increase it because I like to see a little bit more of the pattern because right now, this pattern is just pure grid, and you can see there's all kinds of other settings here where things change and you can make different patterns. We'll get to all that, but for right now, we just want a straight grid pattern with this because we want to fill this with just this pattern. But you can see how different settings here, different settings here. We'll get to all of these, and there's so many different settings, including this cool tool right here. And then the dimming out the copies. Sometimes I just want to see, just show me what I got. But then you can't tell what the original pattern is, so that's never such a good idea. This now is a pattern. And all you got to do is click Done. Now look up here. See how it's already made the pattern. It's already made a new swatch, even though if I hit cancel, that swatch will probably go away. I'm not going to hit cancel because I don't want to do it again. I'm just going to hit done. And now we've got this pattern. Click once on this background. And then, here's how you change the color, right? Well, here's how you apply the pattern. And dang it, we got lucky. And this hit exactly perfect. I wanted to show you how to move the pattern, how to scale. Well, I can show you how to scale the pattern. That'll give us, something else to do in the next video. But making patterns, easy, cool. And we have our layers, but see how everything's on one layer? This thing here, let me hit Command X. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to call this patterns and call this tiles. So we can work smart. We can come back to patterns and we'll just hit Command V. Ah, good. It didn't go in the right place. I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. Hit Command F so it goes right back where it was. There's wonderful power in learning how Illustrator pastes objects. Take some time to wrap your head around it, but with everything else, practice, 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 right? Again, I think you can see you can start changing things, building new live paint objects, making new patterns, including, the simplest pattern of all. Here, if we open this up, hide that, and all I'm going to do is just make sure nothing's selected, pick black, get the ellipse tool, and come out to the center. Oh, I'm not in patterns, I'm in tiles. There we go. Did I hide that? I certainly didn't want to do that. I wanted to hide this guy right here so we can now work with a new tile. And I'm going to come out here to the center. There we go. Hold down Option and Shift and make a little dot. Click once on that, Object, Pattern, Make, and then we can just, I'll show you this thing. Just click and drag on this, spread out our pattern, change the grid. We got polka dots. You can kind of see, bring them closer together, take them further apart. Pretty simple thing to do, and that's all there is to it. Click Done. Click on your pattern, on your, the rectangle which contains the pattern. Click on a new pattern tile, and you got polka dots.